thank you again for wanting to sit down with me just to talk about your success here at Morgan. You've been here for 3 years, going on 4. My name is Alicia Robinson. I am the editor-in-chief of the Spokesman. I am also a member of the track and field team, and I am a member of the Leadership Academy within the athletics department. So I'm joined by Jordan. You have your hand in a lot of things around campus. Could you just, first of all, introduce yourself and
Absolutely. My name is Jordan. I'm a junior here at Morgan State from Atlanta, Georgia. I serve as Mr. Junior currently, and I recently just got elected as the 39th Mr. Morgan State University, but that's really not who I am on this campus. I've been involved in a lot of different things, such as Connected Through Christ, NAACP, Rawlings. I've been involved with the Morgan Mile, and just a lot of different things around campus. Before I was really a mister, before that was really my thing. And I also have a run club, yes.
Yeah, but okay, so before we get into all of those, because that is a lot, okay, let's talk about your upbringing, where you're coming from, and just how you were raised, and was this confidence or this ability to always help or always be involved in so much things a part of you from a younger age?
I was raised in a lot of different states because I'm a military kid. So first I was raised for half of my life in Georgia, and then I was raised for another half in Colorado. And I think that just being a military kid gave me the qualities to be able to make friends on the go, because I think just being able to move to a lot of different places and have to be able to reset your whole friend group or reset your mindset, not everyone's used to that. So I think when I got to college, I was already in the mindset of, oh, I'm used to this, so I'm just gonna go out and make friends and go out and just talk to everybody. And that's just who I am. Like, I just like talking to everybody. And in terms of just helping everybody, I think that's always been a part of me, because I was an athlete in high school and in middle school. And like, I played point guard, I played cornerback. So point guard, as you would know, in basketball is like pass the ball, get assists, not really the main scorer, but like, you know what I'm saying, make sure the whole team can eat. So I've always just had that mindset, and I just think I carried that into the real world.
And how did family play a part in that? You have siblings, yes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got a brother and a sister, and obviously my mom and dad. I'm the youngest. If I'm gonna be honest, it played a huge part, but that played a part in my energy, because me being the youngest sibling, like, I was very annoying. I was very like, I always just wanted to make noise in any room that I walked into, because that's just who I am. That's just who I've always been. Just making sure my presence is known. It might be obnoxious. It might be like attention grabbing, but like, I just always just like talking whenever I walk into a room, just to make sure my presence is known. And that's how my family played a part in it. Like, they know I'm the loudest sibling. I'm the most obnoxious. I make the most noise. That's just because that's who I am. Yeah,
and then you recently opened up about your journey here at Morgan. You said something about, Morgan accepting you with a low GPA, 2.2, I believe. A lot of people look at that, and on social media, before you started your campaign to run for Mr. Morgan, there was a lot of people talking about that, and they were also talking about the fact that you're a father, but you overcome all of that. Talk to me about you maintaining such balance with so many things that you're involved in.
Balance. I would be lying if I said I have balance. I think the idea of balance, to me, is false, but it doesn't have to be balanced. It just has to be level. You have to make sure that you are still making time for yourself. Now, some days I might have 90% of my day with the twins, and then I have to spend the rest of my day doing a pageant practice, and maybe I only get 10 minutes to myself. But then maybe I got to make sure that next day I got 100% time to myself, or 100% time with just me and the twins, because at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna be a father regardless. So it's like, I have to balance that in everything that I do. And in terms of the GPA, I got denied from every school. Like, I got denied from Howard, I got denied from A&T, got denied from the Clarks, the Morehouses. So I kind of looked at that. I didn't even know Morgan existed when they accepted me. They sent me the email, and I was like, dang, like, what is Morgan? I searched up the pictures. I was like, the campus looks cool. I got to go visit it. And then when I visited it, I was like, nah, I got to come here. Like, this is one of the nicest campuses I've seen. And yeah, from there, it's just been a movie. I cannot lie.
Yeah, you came here, you did your visit, you realized that this is somewhere that you wanted to be. But you came here, you didn't just like stay, you didn't just come and just like, okay, go through reps and see if you can like build up on the academic stuff. You got involved in different things. You spread your wings a little bit. I want to first talk about the run club.
Okay.
I've actually never heard of Morgan having a run club here, and then I've seen it on social media, obviously, and then a lot of people just are like talking about it. So how did the run club thing come about, and was it just your idea?
So what was that? The summer going into this year. I know a lot of people want to get into these fitness atmospheres, want to get into fitness, but either don't know the first step or they want to be part of a group. And I'm not like that myself, but I want to be able to provide that for other students. Like, a lot of people feel more comfortable running if they're running with a group. Some people think, okay, I'm not going to go run if it's just me running outside. I feel like I'm a little goofy. But if it's a group of us running, we're all going to look cohesive. We're all going to look like a group, and it's going to be a collective. And you get the fellowship part of it. So I was like, I'm going to post something on my story. I'm going to post, y'all, we got a run club. Because it started off with 2, 3, 4 people. But then as the time went on, as we kept meeting, more people started to come, and it became a whole movement. Like, people were asking me, like, yo, we running this Sunday? People I've never met. So I was like, dang, like, this is really now a movement. I'm actually going to bring it back next week because it's getting warm back outside. But it was just something I wanted to provide to the campus that I didn't know was going to be that big.
Yeah, and then again, you go back to providing to the campus. Morgan gave you that opportunity when no other school did. You came here, you had the run club, and then you have the royal cuts thing. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. I think I saw I don't know if it was the very first video, but when I saw it, I think you were with somebody who's a member of your fraternity, I believe. And you found somebody on the streets and you asked them if they wanted a free cut. You were just having a conversation with them. You didn't treat them like they were like a nobody. Like, you made them feel comfortable enough for you to do that. What's the royal cut about? How did it come about?
So are you familiar with Vic Blends? You ever heard of Vic Blends? So Vic Blends is he's a white male who kind of does the same thing in Atlanta, but he just offers free cuts in general. It's not really to homeless. And I was like, I can cut hair. Like, why not just go out into the city and find someone who's homeless and, not homeless, but less fortunate, and give them a free haircut and have a conversation with them. Because at the end of the day, the conversation might mean way more than the haircut, because they're able to sit down and talk to someone that doesn't treat them like they're less than anyone else. So I wanted to do that. And then my auntie, she was up and coming in the video world at that time, and I know she wanted opportunities to record different things, and I was like, the perfect opportunity would just be her to come. So I wanted to make it seem like she was there, but also she wasn't, so it was more genuine. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm doing it for the camera. So I told her to come. I was like, hey, just can you stand off to the side and just let it be a normal conversation? And then from there, now the same thing with that. People keep asking me, when's the next World Cup? Like, when are you gonna do it again? So I gotta bring that back soon. I haven't done it since like August or September, but that was definitely one of my favorite things to do. I brought it to elementary schools, gave the kids free haircuts. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite initiatives.
And then you kind of took off with your own video and stuff. Yeah. See, you did your own little moments that I think it was podcast that you brought your friends on and you talked to them about that. So you got a little bit into the video thing. So you have a lot of your hands in so many different organizations, so many different projects that you have, but then you still find time to bring your friends in and you talk to them and help them to pour into the world. What's that like?
In terms of making sure like I have friends, or in terms of
in terms of like making sure that you find time to still pour into the world differently with your knowledge, with your wisdom, and you bring your friends along with that.
I think that's why I got into content. I think when I was starting to do all of these things, people were starting to have a misconception idea of me that I was a robot, almost like I was just doing stuff and not really like, doing anything else. So I think someone came to me and was like, bro, you should start doing content, because not a lot of people know I'm like probably one of the most unserious people on this campus, but no one would know that because all that I'm showing the people video-wise is me going out, giving haircuts, me doing a run club, me hosting events. So I started to do my own content kind of thing, and basically show people like my personality, like a soft launch almost, if you want to say, like, of my personality. And then everyone around me, like in my inner circle, they know like I'm extremely unserious, and it's very few things that I actually take serious. And then in terms of bringing them around with me and pouring into them, that's something I'm transparently I'm still working on. I know a lot of times I do get caught up in on-campus things, off-campus things, and I forget to reach out to people, like call people, FaceTime people. But when I see people in person, it's always love. But something I'm working on is reaching out, just a random call to a friend, a random call to my brother or sister, just making sure that they're good.
Yeah, and before we jump a little bit into fatherhood, because I really want to talk about that, but you became Mr. Sophomore, you became Mr. Junior, and now Mr. Morgan State University. You climbed the ladder in a sense, so each step that you took, you made friends, you made connections that push you to the other. It's because you were doing something. So you took those roles and you didn't just take those roles for popularity or just to show, you actually do something with them. Why was that important for you to do things? Because I've seen over the years where people get these roles, and I've talked to other students and they said it's a popularity thing why you win it. But for you, you're doing other things and you're making sure that you're pouring into the campus separately. So it's not necessarily popularity, you're actually doing something. So talk to me about that.
So transparently, when I ran for Mr. Sophomore, I'm not gonna say I did it for the popularity role, but I did it, but I didn't really know why I wanted to do it. And the class voted and trusted into me to be Mr. Sophomore. And all down moment, being honest, Mr. Sophomore, like my Mr. Sophomore year was probably like one of the worst years I've had, like event-wise or interacting with the campus, just because I was still finding myself. I was still finding out who I wanted to be and how I wanted to impact the campus. And I think that's why the Mr. Junior reign was so impactful, because that around the summer coming into this year, like I started to realize, like, because I was an NSO peer mentor, so I was here the whole summer working with freshmen. I started to realize, like, I was put on this campus to show other students at Morgan, like, you don't have to be what the public portrays you to be, or you don't have to be what anyone else tells you to be. Like, you can literally just, once you find your purpose, take off, and no one should be able to dwindle you from your purpose. So once I realized that in my Mr. Junior reign, I think that's when I started to put out all the events for other people, do the World Cuts, do everything that I'm doing for the campus. And then going into my Mr. Morgan reign, I want to do the exact same thing and maximize it. Like, I want to be able just to make sure everything I do, somebody on this campus can benefit from it. And in terms of, what was the other part of the question?
Your Mr. Junior portion of it.
Mr. Junior, yeah. To be honest, people do get tired of seeing the same person in the position. Like, people got tired of seeing me win Mr. Sophomore, Mr. Junior, and now Mr. Morgan. But I think it's always kind of a reminder to them whenever they see me do an event or whenever they see an impactful thing that I do, that it's like, okay, we are tired of seeing him, but we can't knock him because he's still putting out good work. He's still making sure that our students are learning something from what he's doing. Like, I just posted an event yesterday. I rented out a movie theater where I'm doing an early screening of a Halle Bailey movie. Halle Berry. Is it Bailey? Halle Berry? Bailey? What's her name?
Bailey.
Yeah. Halle Bailey. Yeah, Halle Bailey. With her in it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's not even 3 days after I just got Mr. Morgan. So I think just keep reminding people what I can bring to the table.
What do you think made the difference with them trusting you? They trust you with sophomore, they trust you with junior, but Mr. Morgan State is very big. It's the big role. You're basically the face of the student body wherever you go because you're a Mr. What do you think was the reason why they chose you for that? What did you think you would bring?
Absolutely. I think over campaign season, people got to see a different side of me during the pageant. I think a lot of times people think I'm just the face and I don't know how to publicly speak, or I don't know how to have conversations or answer questions publicly. And as a Mr. for an HBCU, you have to go, a lot of people don't know, you have to go travel and compete nationally. Like, you have to go against the Mr. Howards, you have to go against the Mr. Clarks, Mr. Morehouses. And I think at the pageant, people realize that I can publicly speak. I do know how to speak intellectually on the stage. It's not just, I have a switch. I can turn it off. I can turn the Southern on. I can turn it off. I can turn the professional version on. I can turn it off. I think people realize that when I gave my speech, when I did my talent. And I don't know. I think me being a believer in Christ, I think people can see that in me too. Like, they can see that no matter what I do, I keep him first. So they can see I always have a light in me that won't get turned off because of God.
Yeah, and then to switch a little bit to fatherhood, I think before this interview, I did a little search on Fizz, that's the little social media thing, and when you were running for Mr. Morgan, the conversation kind of surrounded, oh, he's a father, why would you want somebody like that, like kind of like representing us, if that makes sense. But that didn't dim your light whatsoever, and you were never ashamed, I would say, like, of being a father. And you didn't necessarily like make it your whole being, but you still have your hands in different things, you're still doing different things, but you're still being a father, you're still being present. What's fatherhood like?
I don't even, there's not even words to explain it. Like, I was just with them right before the interview. I don't even know. Like, it's really no words to explain it. I'm still new to it, even though it's 8 months in, but I'm still very new to it. Like, the look in their eyes is something that I can't explain. Like, the smile they have when they see me is something I can't explain. It's just a different, it's a different feeling. I think everyone deserves the feeling of being loved by a child. But it's something I can't explain. I don't even know how to explain it. But in terms of the Fizz thing, I find that more of motivation. Like, everyone during campaign season was telling me to stay off of Fizz, but like, if I'm gonna be honest, I was on Fizz every day. I was reading what they were saying about me, and I was like, dang, that's what they think, that's a bet. Okay, dang, that's what they think, that's a bet. Like, I know a lot of times people read things about themselves and start to believe what other people say about them, but I'm like, if I know who I am and I'm reading these things, I bet I'm gonna show them. They say, God forbid, I don't take care of my twins for my talent. Before they were even saying anything about that, I've had it planned out. I'm gonna do a talent about how much I love them, and then them growing up and being black in America. So then now they can't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's just a thing of knowing who you are before you read those things about yourself. Because once I read those things, it's like, they don't even know how much they're wrong. I'm not even I'm not gonna prove them wrong myself. I'm gonna just let my actions do the talking, and then they're gonna realize how, not dumb, because I don't want to say they look dumb, but how wrong they are with their opinions on me.
Do you think you being a father probably helped the way you run things? Well, you said you don't really have a balance, but the way you kind of see life?
1,000%. I think it made me more like, it made me appreciate the little things so much more. Like, just in every single way. Like, every time I'm on campus, I make sure I'm like, we're always in a rush every time we're going somewhere. Like, I make sure just to slow down and enjoy my time, enjoy who I'm talking to, enjoy the conversation I'm in. It made me just see the color in everything rather than seeing the gray. I don't know why, but that's, ever since then, it's just, everything has just been so colorful to me and just lively.
What impact do you want to leave on campus?
What impact? That's a loaded question. What impact do I want to leave? I want to, like, when people talk about, I want to be one of the people, like, when they bring up my name, they're like, oh, you know, Jordan went to Morgan. Like, I want it to be like I come back to campus and people are like excited to see me 10, 20 years later just because of what I've done. I want to be able to say, and other people to say, no matter what I did on this campus, I gave it like 1,000% in everything that I did. Like, if that's taking out the trash at Rollins, I gave it 1,000%. If that's filling up a cup of water in the caf, I gave it 1,000%. If it's hosting the first TED Talk, I give it 1,000%. Like, no matter what I do, I want people to be like, nah, like, everything he did, he put his best foot forward, and he made sure it impacted somebody.
And what about your plans as Mr. Morgan? I mean, obviously you probably can't say everything, but you have a very popular first name.
Yeah.
So you have a very popular first name. What's your plans?
So starting off with the end of this semester, me and my miss, Sierra, we already got the movie theater event going. That's this Thursday. We got about 80 seats for free drink, free popcorn for the early screening. Then at the beginning of May, I'm hosting an event where I plan to give out like 200 to 250 suits for free to men or women on campus. I haven't announced that yet, but if this is the announcement, y'all heard it here first. It's coming soon. That's probably it for this school year. Next year, I haven't sat down and really booked anything yet, but I know I want to do the Morgan Man March again. I want to do the second annual version of that, and I want to do the TED Talk again. And this could be the first platform I say on too. I want to win Mr. HBCU. I'm not gonna lie. I want to be the first Morgan Mr. that wins Mr. HBCU. So that's in my sights. And yeah.
And speaking of Mr. HBCU, what do you think the history of this Mr. and Mrs. come from? Because I believe it's only at HBCUs. So we have this long thing going on. We have our Mr. and Mrs. What to you? What do you think it means? This history of it?
I think it's to showcase what our school represents. I think anybody has the power to be a Mr. or Miss, and that's what I tell everyone. Like, I'm Mr. because I put myself out there, but you could have put yourself out there and became Miss Morgan. You could have put yourself out there and became Miss Senior, Miss Junior. Just to showcase the excellence that does go on this campus, because I think a lot of times it's overlooked by the bad things that get put on TikTok or put on Instagram. Oh, Morgan party did this, Morgan so-and-so did this, but like a lot of times it's overlooked. We got D1 athletes, we got D1 football players, D1 track runners, people that just competed in the NCAA for wrestling, you know what I'm saying? And those things are overlooked, but I think ultimately a Mr. or Miss is the representation of all the excellent things that do go on this campus. And
just to end off a little bit, there might be something I haven't asked you that you wanted to say, or obviously you just got Mr. Morgan, so anything that you want somebody listening, anybody who's watching to know?
Don't let nobody dim your light. Don't dim your light for nobody. Walk into every room. Never change who you are. I say that every time. Like, I think I was suffering from that a lot. Like high school, maybe early college, but like I learned dimming your light. Like, never dim your light any room you walk into, because at the end of the day, you're in that room because of who you are. It's not because of who you're trying to be. So literally, never dim your light. Always be yourself, and that'll take you farther than anywhere else can.
Wait, could I get one of those, what are they called? The most motivational stuff that you be doing. Could I get one on the spot?
What I do?
When you bring your friends in, and both of you guys are talking and having those conversations, just give me one. Just look at me and
a quote or a speech.
Whichever you choose. On the spot.
I always say, do what you need to do so you can do what you want to do. My dad always told me that, because I think a lot of times our priorities get misconstrued, and we think that we come to college or just in life, our priorities get messed up and we start worrying about the wrong things. But at the end of the day, if you get your grades done and get everything done, your family's handled, you have so much other time to get everything else you want to get done, all the extracurriculars, go have fun. So just literally do what you need to do first, get that handled. I'm doing all of this, my grades are good. I got 3-point-something GPA. Don't think I'm out here just doing this and not going to school. I'm a student just like y'all. I know I'm not supposed to look at the camera, but I had to make eye contact with that. But that's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you so much again.
Good?
Yep.
Amen.